Salve, e sono Robin e benvenuti a Wellbeing Knits YouTube channel. Hello, my name is Robin and welcome to the Wellbeing Knits YouTube channel. I have been abroad, can you tell? And trying to learn the language, not very well. I hope I said that all right, because I don't really want to start this again, because this is the third time starting. But anyway, so as I said, my name is Robin and welcome to welcome to the Wellbeing Knits YouTube channel. This is episode 19. It's been a while since I've done a little kind of podcast. If anyone's been watching, which I know a lot of you have, and that you've all really been enjoying my stash reorganization vlog, which you can see in the last videos. I think there's 9. The final one went out yesterday, so I'm really pleased that everyone's been enjoying that. It was mayhem, and I filmed it over a couple of weekends, and I had to, because I just didn't have the space, and the bucket I was using I needed for my washing, and yeah, so it was a bit crazy and it looked a bit of a mess, but now it's all clean and tidy. But I'm actually in a different location, so I'm actually at my parents' house at the moment, so my stash is safely at home, but I have brought a bit of it with me, and also some acquisitions. Well, actually it's all just acquisitions at this stage. So yeah, so as I've said briefly at the beginning, I went to Italy, and if you have followed my Instagram, you would have seen that I posted quite a few pictures. I really enjoyed sharing those, and a lot of you really enjoyed seeing them. They weren't obviously knitting related, but there was 2 or 3 pictures that I shared that were knitting related, because I went to two yarn shops. So we'll get to that in a minute. And I'm going to completely butcher this because I don't remember the name of the yarn shops, so that's really good, isn't it? I will put notes in the show notes below, which I keep looking down because that is where my show notes are. I'll put notes in the show notes of location and what they were called and all that sort of stuff. The beginning introduction was probably enough Italian for me for one day. Right, I hope I haven't offended the entire Italian nation. Anyway, yes, so let's start in order, shall we? And then we'll get to the good stuff. So actually the good stuff is going to be interspersed. So again, thank you so much for watching my little vlog stash organization series. I'm really glad that everyone's enjoyed it. I've had some lovely comments. I scared a few people with a moth. I'm so sorry. It's all sorted. The yarn is in the freezer and it's all fine. I am not worried. I have plenty of yarn to go along with. But you were also kind and told me what to do, and I sorted it. But yes, thank you so much for your kind comments and views and everything on that. So let's start. So in order, big flock. I went to the big flock on, now what day was it? If it says here somewhere the date. No, it doesn't. What does it? No, it doesn't. But I went on the first day, so on the Saturday, May the something. It was so long ago. Yeah, May 17th. I remember now, it's May 17th. So yeah, we got the train. No, sorry, we got the train, but then we had to get a rail replacement to Bristol. And then we walked from the station to where it was being held. So that is Big Flock. This was run by Claire and John of Birdstreet Yarn, and it was really lovely. It was little, but had a good range of yarns, I think, and was in a lovely location, nice and bright. That is kind of it's upside down. No, that's the map you can see there. So there was lots of seating areas for everyone to sit down. There was a little outside area which you could all sit in as well. And then there was Hall 1 and Hall 2. Yeah, it was really good. Really enjoyed it. It was a little bit tricky getting in. We couldn't find it initially, but I think we came in kind of the back way, which is why we couldn't find it rather than the front way. So yes, now purchases. I was actually quite good, I think, for me. So what I bought was not in order, sorry. I actually only bought one thing, and I'll explain why in a second. But this is my one and only purchase. Wow. Wowza. Isn't that beautiful? So that is Pixie yarn. And the colourway is Bristol Bell. And it is finger in weight sock yarn, superwash merino 75%, nylon 25%, 425 meters, 464 yards. 464 yards. Beautiful. That's all I bought. That is it, guys. I've just realised I haven't done what I'm wearing, but I will do that in a second. But I want to show you. So I actually won. I was really pleased. I won a competition, and the prize was 2 free tickets to the event, and also a set of minis from Botanical Yarns. So the giveaway was being organised by Botanical Yarns. I don't know if it was in collaboration as well with Big Flock. I assume it was. So I won that. I was so excited, and I'll show you. I do have Botanical Yarns, as we learn in the stash, but that was from a D-stash. So I haven't actually ever purchased anything directly, and I still haven't technically. Sorry, Botanical Yarns. I mean, isn't that gorgeous? Stunning. So it is 4-ply, superwash, 75% merino, 25% nylon, 10 20-gram minis, 85 meters per skein. And it's the Big Flock neon set. Isn't that gorgeous? So I don't know if these both are like, that's what I'm looking for. Special, like specific to the show, or if you can get them after the show, I don't know, but gorgeous. Sorry for the crinkling. And now so that was it. That was Big Flock, and it was really great. I think there's potentially another one for next year, but I don't know. Keep your ears open. So what am I wearing? So this is actually not mine. Let's start by saying that. This is my mom knit this, and it is called the Silfurberg by Locatelli. I'll just stand up a second. So you can see the cable, the lace goes all the way down the front, and it's got this rib at the bottom. And then this kind of ribbed detail, these pearl bumps down the side. You can see here as well on the sleeves. And yeah, so my mom knit this out of Birdstreet yarns in the colourway Kestral. Isn't it gorgeous? I love it. So she is Chappy Knits on Instagram, and I believe she's also Chappy Knits on Ravelry. So if you want to have a look at her pictures, I will link her below. I'll put her link below for her Instagram and her Ravelry. And yeah, isn't that gorgeous? Yeah, love it. So mine is, I'm going to potentially knit one out of this or some of the yarn, which I'll show you in a second. And then, right, I'm feeling a bit flustered. I haven't done this in a while, and there's a grid on my screen, and I don't know if that's a mistake, but it seems to be recording, so I'm hoping that's a good sign. Right, so then, so we had Flock on May 17th, and then it was May 20th, I believe it was. We flew to Italy. So we drove to London City Airport in London. Wow, it's quite it's right in the middle of London. It feels, well, I think it is pretty much. And so that was an experience, and the airport was lovely. And then we flew to Milan. Then we had to run to our next flight to Lamezia Terme, which is right in the south of Italy, right in Calabria. And my family are from, on my dad's side are from Calabria. So that's where we went. And we went for, I think it was about 8 days in the end. We went, well, I'll show you. So, I bought myself a tea towel, which now I'm thinking, no, it's not upside down. So this is Calabria. So right at the bottom there, you can see this is Sicily down here, look. And then this is sort of, so yeah, that's Calabria there, okay? So we flew in to, is it on here? No. I have to guess a little bit here. Ah, here. So we flew into here, Lamezia Terme, and then we drove up here to Cosenza, which is right there, and then we drove across to San Giovanni in Fiori, which is where my family are from and around there. And then we stayed in a place called Cerencia, which is sort of over here-ish. And yeah, so that's where we went. I'll just show that again. Here, this. So yeah, so we went here primarily and around here. So we went to this lake here, sorry, I'm covering my mouth. Lake Arvo, I think it was called. We went to San Giovanni Fiori, we went to Lorica, which is just down here. We went to, where else did we go? It's on this map. We also went to Crotone, which is over here. Crotone. And we went to, we went up to here at Camiatello, which is where I bought this. It's kind of a, you can see the mountains on there. It's kind of a ski resort almost, Camiatello. And then, where else did we go? Yeah, that's about it really. So that's that. So really pleased with that. And then, so when we went to Crotone, so Crotone's on the beach. It's on the, I'm not gonna know what that is, am I? Ionian Sea. It's on that side. We went to a little yarn shop, and it was a tiny little place, and there's a little young woman there, and another woman, and typical kind of shop. They kind of followed us around even though we couldn't move. And it was really cute, but they had a lot of yarns that were not Italian basically. They were lots of other countries, but I saw these yarns and I'd not seen them before. I don't think I'd seen the yarn before, but not this colour. So this is what I bought. Isn't that cute? So this is, you'll all recognise this, and I'm not going to try and say it. It's this yarn. And the colour is 00287. So yeah, I got 2 of those because they're 50 grams. So I thought they'd be nice for socks. They are, where are we? 55% wool, merino wool, and 45% acrylic. So yeah, I have bought some of these, this different colour, obviously from somewhere else, but I saw those and I just thought they were so cute. And I think they were like €2 each. Yeah, huge. So I got those. And then back in, I'll just get my map for you all. Where were we? Yeah, so yeah, so that was here. That's where we went to get that yarn. And then back in Sunday Running Fury, there was a little shop, and we kept going to this shop and it was closed. Every time we went, it was closed. So we thought, well, that doesn't make sense. So we asked around, and apparently you ring the doorbell and they come down and they open the shop. So that's what we did. And I loved it. Loved it, loved it, loved it. They had fabric. They had a lot of DMC thread. They also had some all kind of pre-made embroidered things for babies primarily. And then they had like a whole section of wool, Italian wool. So I got this. Now, this isn't a colour I go for very often, as you will have known, because you've seen my stash. But I just couldn't leave it. So I grabbed that. And it is called Wool Box. And it says made in Italy on the bottom there. And it's soft. It's really nice. I don't know if you can really see what it's like, but yeah, it's really nice. So yeah, it's, I think she said it's 50-50, so 50 acrylic, I think, and 50 wool. But the band doesn't say like literally anything. That's it, that's all it says. But she said this range was going out, was being discontinued. So yeah, so I got those. There is 10 because it was being discontinued. €10. 10 euros. I was pleased. So yeah, I got those. And then here's the label. No, I've put all the little, I got the little cards and the little receipt and everything from there, but I've left them, I think, at home. So anyway, yes, I will, like I say, I will link the name and everything below. Sorry, that is a curtain, that's why that's moving. Because even I looked at it and thought, what's going on? So yes, so that is the yarn purchases so far. Then I'm just trying to think. Oh yes, so while I was there, I took some knitting with me, obviously. I took it in my sorry, I took it in my Joe Piccalilli little summer bag. I thought that was quite nice for the occasion. And what I took was, I just wanted to take a sock, nothing too, just vanilla sock. So that's what I did. And because I know it's probably okay, but the thought of having my hires taken off me caused me quite a lot of stress. So I take wooden needles. I don't have the thing with me, but I took a set of Chalgu bamboo, I think it is, wooden needles. And yeah, it's actually got the cable's too long, really, for a one sock. It's really for a two at a time, but who cares? So this is what I knit when I was there. An entire sock so I started this on the plane, I think, going. And I knit basically all of this while I was there. And I did a fish lips kiss heel. I did 20 rows of rib. I did 60 rows of the foot. And then oh no, 65 maybe, and then 60 rows for the, 60 rows for the leg, 60 I think for the foot, and then I just did a decrease every round for the toe. And I didn't kitchener because I didn't take a darning needle, so that still needs to be done. Yeah, I'm very worried about those things, as you can see. So that was sock 1, and then I actually started sock number 2, and you can see I've done the fish lips kiss heel. I just hadn't got finished on the leg, and I haven't knit on this at all since I got off the plane, basically. It's been sat in the bag just as it is, and that's why it's a bit crunkled. But the yarn, how fun is the yarn? So this is Katia Danubio sock lovers, and it's made in it's color 301. It's 75% wool, 25% polyamide. Yeah, so I really liked that. Isn't it fun? And I thought it was quite random, but actually it does repeat, and I'm guessing that's kind of normal for commercial yarns, but it does actually look random, but it repeats, if that makes sense. You can't really tell because this section here is actually in here. It's actually in the heel, so you can't tell. It looks quite random. And then you get back to it here. Isn't that cute? So that was really fun. And I took this again from Joe Piccolilli, what's it called? Needle cozy. That's the one. So just in case, because I didn't want my pins to be, not only am I terrified about my high being taken off me, I'm also terrified of these being broken. So I took this for extra protection, just in case, and they just clip into there, and that holds your sock. And I shoved it all because I didn't have a lot of space. I had just enough space really, and I put it all in here and then wrapped it all up so it fit in my hand luggage, well, my little handbag thing, backpack that I take. I'm just in there. So that's what I did while I was away. And then, oh my God, I'm doing this so out of order. That was all in order, and now I'm going to throw the order off completely. Before we went, before vlog, before all of that, I finished a shawl. I don't think I showed this on Instagram even. I don't think I've shown this at all. No, that's untrue. It is on Instagram. It is on Instagram. Right. It is on Instagram, you silly lady, because you took pictures. So there you go. I'm calling myself silly, not you guys. So this, and I think I'm showing it on the right way. I don't think there really is a right way and a wrong way. This is the John shawl. I love that texture. Can you see that kind of? Yeah, you can see it there a lot. That texture there. It's kind of bouncy. So this is the John shawl by Twinset and Purl. And I knit this using, so John is John from Birdstreet. I used the yarn, which is kind of for this pattern, is their reimagined kits. So I used the dark side kit. So basically the main colour, you can't really tell the main colour. Is it here? So that very tip there, that's the main colour. So it's this kind of dark, it's got dark grey, light grey, it's got the red, it's got bits of orange, kind of bits of dark red, grey, light red. I'm repeating myself now. So you use that main colour and you hold it with the minis. So it's a mini, so it's a main skein and a set of minis. 5 minis, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, sorry, yes, 5 minis. So that would be the light red, the orange, the dark grey, the darker red, and the light grey, and you hold them and you alternate between the two to get this kind of effect, and then you do some other funky stuff. So like I say, this is the John Shawl by Twinset and Purl. And if I put this on, you can see it's quite a big one, and I've modelled it a lot better on my Instagram, so maybe go check those pictures out, because this isn't very good, and I think Twinset and Purl would be horrified. There we go. That's a little bit better. I'm so sorry, Joe and Rachel. But there you go. It's nice and squishy and soft, and yeah, love it. Love it, love it, love it. I didn't buy the yarn intending to do this pattern, because the yarn kit came out before the pattern, but the pattern was intended to be knit with the yarn kit, so that's what I did. And then what have we got now? So let me just double check what I've done. So we've done Pixie Botanical, we've done Silfurberg, we've done Italy, we've done John Shawl. So what have we got here? We've got Unravel. Right, so the other thing that so it was John Shawl, John Shawl, Unravel, sorry, not Unravel, Big Flock, Italy. Then we went to Blue Fern Yarns had a pop-up shop at Venetia's Yarn Shop in Fakenham in Norfolk, so we went to that, and of course I purchased some Blue Fern yarns. I mean, it would be insane not to. So this is Venetia's Yarn Shop logo. What does that say underneath? Beautiful sustainable yarns. That's Venetia's Yarn Shop. So what I bought from Blue Fern specifically is these. Just show you them close up. Hello. I wonder if that would be my thumbnail. Yes, isn't that gorgeous? It's got some purples, some greens, blues. Oh, gorgeous. So this is Blue Fern Yarns, and this is called Spill the Tea. I saw this on Instagram. Knew I had to have it. There was no way I was not going to go to that pop-up, and I was going to go to that pop-up but not get it. So I got it in the classic sock, obviously. 75% superwash merino, 25% nylon, 425 meters per 100 grams. Cute. Love it. And this may also be a Silfurberg, which I think will be gorgeous. Right. Gorgeous. Now, the other thing I purchased from Venetia's Yarn Shop was some yarn to knit a project. Sorry, I was just looking for it. To knit a project. So my mom knit a so we had been watching Gudren Johnston's new podcast, and she had come out with a project, a new vest. Now I'm really behind on the podcast, so this was quite a while ago. She brought out this new vest pattern, and it was, there was lots of different ways to adjust it how you wanted. So you could have like 3 buttons at the top, or buttons all the way down, a high-low hem, that kind of thing. Let me just grab my mum's. So this is the vest. Again, my mom knit this, and it's got this, I don't think you'll, oh, you can see it there. It's got this kind of bib, she calls it. Gudren Johnston calls that a bib. And she just did a regular straight hem with the buttons all the way down. Cute, really, really cute. And she knit it out of the, I think it's the suggested yarn. And actually, let me just find it. It is called Audrey in Unst. Or I'll find it for you on Ravelry. Audrey in Unst vest by Gudren Johnston. Oh, sorry, she knit it out of Jamieson's of Shetland. The pattern is knit out of Jamieson of Shetland Spindrift. My mum knit hers out of Jamieson and Smith. So anyway, here is the Gudren Johnston's version. Isn't that cute? So I liked it, but I thought, oh, I don't know if it's me. I don't know if I like it. Then I tried this one on, didn't I? My mum knit it and I tried it on and I really liked it. So that was that. And so what I've done is I've bought some yarn for it and I've started it. So I've also bought Jamieson and Smith. I think you can see that there. Jamieson and Smith. It is 2-ply jumper weight, 100% real Shetland wool, 25 grams per ball, 115 meters, 125 yards. It's made in the UK. It is 1280 mix, and I don't know if you can really see. So there's the colourway there. You can kind of see it's a mix, and I don't know how to get that to unblur it. Can I do that? No. It's green, and there's kind of purpley speckles in there, and there's blue speckles, and there's a bit of red, but kind of pinky red, cream in there. Gorgeous. So I'm loving that. So I've cast on. So this is works in progress now, but it's also kind of acquisitions as well. Sorry, I haven't done this in a while. So I've cast on, and that's all I've done. It is bottom up. These are the side seams here, which I've marked with the markers as per the pattern. So there you can see it's going to be like that. Like that. Isn't that cute? I love this colour. I don't know if it will go with everything, but I don't care. I just love it. So yeah. So that is my first whip. And that is living, because I didn't bring any project bags with me again, except for my little summer one. It's living in my mom's Yarndale little pouch thing. So cute. And then I'm just looking around, make sure I've got everything, almost everything. So the other thing is a bit of a blast from the past. And sorry, this thing, I don't know if that's, I really hope these things are on the screen when it's finished recording, because I have to do the whole thing again. Anyway, and the final thing is, so I don't know if you will remember, but in beginning of the year I set out a list of things that I wanted to complete this year, or at least start or have a look at. Seriously, have a look at to knit. Or sew, or whatever that was on the list. Now, one of the things on the list was finish/start Traveller hoodie by Andrea Mowry. It's actually called the Traveller, but it has a hood. There is a couple of Travellers. So there's the Traveller cowl, the Traveller cardigan, the Traveller shell. Maybe that's the cardigan. Anyway, I'm knitting the hoodie version of it, the Traveller. Now, I started this a really long time ago. And that's where I got to. So again, it's bottom up. I don't even know if I showed this on the podcast. It's that old. It's bottom up, and I was looking at it, and I tried it on as best I could, and I just thought, oh, I don't think I'm gonna like the fit. So I started again. So, and I've got a lot further this time. So now, and this is a really good place to show you, because I've actually just I've just finished the end of the ball, but it's a bit tricky because it's all, I'll show you, I'll explain, I'll show you and explain. I'm going to show you it upside down because that might be slightly easier. So that's where I've got to this time. So this is obviously the bottom up. And so I'm on, so I've done the 2 fronts and I'm just working on the short rows for the back. Now what I want to do is I want to get the back and the front joined to try it on to see what I think. Because what I've done is I've put a lifeline in here to see if I need to either lit it longer or if I'm happy. Because obviously this will drop a little bit because of the nature of the patterning. It will drop a little bit. But I've not knit it anywhere close to the length I would knit it normally. Knit a jumper normally. So, and I'm not sure about the fit. I know it's supposed to be oversized and that's kind of what I want. And I want it to be able to fit over things as well because it's a hoodie. Right, so that's where I'm at with that, and I can't really show it very well, I'm sorry, but you get the general idea. Okay, and that is actually living in a bag that I made for my mum, and there's the lining there. I made this years ago. It's just a box bottom bag. Now the yarn. Drops Baby Merino, that's the colourway, that's the name there. Uni colour. The colourway number is 25. I don't know what it's called on, I got this on Wool Warehouse, I don't know what it's called on there. Not a fan. Knots galore. It's a 4-ply, is it 4-ply? Is that what you'd call it? Or is it 2-ply? Anyway, sometimes one of the plies is knotted, so I have to cut it and split splice it, or there'll be these random quite tough sections, like the yarn is really twizzled up, and yeah, anyway, twizzled being the technical term. So yeah, not in love with it, but it's lovely and soft, and I think it's a lovely colour, and I'm really pleased with how it's turning out so far. And just double checking I've got everything. That is everything. Thank you so much for watching. I don't know when this will go up. I'm filming this on June 22nd, but I don't know if I'll put it up. I'll try and put it up today or tomorrow, or maybe next weekend, I'm not sure now. And I'm really hoping it's filmed it properly. If it hasn't filmed it properly, you all won't see this. And I'll try and film another one next weekend. But yes, I hope you've enjoyed, and thank you all again for your lovely comments on my little vlog series and the stash organisation. I was a little bit embarrassed, but at the same time, that's not like I bought it all in one day, and you know, it's my money, so but anyway, I'm glad you all enjoyed it. I enjoyed looking at everything. It was really great to get it all out and have a good look at everything and just see what I thought. And yeah, so these 4 will fit in just fine because they are very much my colours. Great, so thank you so much for watching. Leave a comment, like, subscribe, it's completely up to you. Thank you for watching. Bye.